Good afternoon, everybody. Bit of an update on what's happening today. My moringa seeds are starting to sprout. Very excited. This is only some of them, so I've got some in other spots as well. But I'll show you what else we've been up to today. We've been baking some bread, so homemade bread. Honestly, I'd prefer to be using the organic spelt grain that I grind myself from scratch, but I haven't got any at the moment. So at the moment I'm just using baker's flour, but I'm also adding in flaxseed, quinoa, pepitas, sunflowers, and I can't remember what else. Sesame seeds occasionally too. So 2 loaves of bread, banana bread, which we've already sampled. It's very yummy. And outside, I've been doing a couple of little experiments out here. So I've been working on a new way of propagating ginger, turmeric and galangal. And I've been working on a fodder system for the goats, although currently it's not worked so well for the goats, so I'm using it more for the chickens and the ducks. So that's what it looks like. So I just put holes in the bottom of these and I water it twice a day. These have been out here for too long. They've been out in the sun. I should have given them to the ducks and the chickens already. I just haven't yet. So, and I worked through cleaning off a whole heap of turmeric, getting it ready for planting or taking up to the kitchen. So that's ready for that. What else have I been doing today? Oh, an update. Look at the mint. Isn't it growing brilliantly? I'm so pleased. Turns out Matthew's been rinsing out the compost dish every day and tipping it on the mint. So clearly the mint's really liking it. So yeah, Mum gave me this little greenhouse that she wasn't using. So I've popped it out here. And I've taken 3 loads of washing off the line and put a load of curtains on the line. They're only lacy little things, so they're really dry already. I just haven't taken them off yet. I've got them hung up like that so they don't get caught on the chicken coop. What else have you been up to today? Oh, we've been spending a bit of time watching the ducklings. So the ducklings are doing very well. Mummy's doing very well. She's such a good mum. I counted them up and there are 14 of them. I've got a really long video, about half an hour. I've given her some of the grass, the barley grass that's sprouted. I've got a really long video that I did of them just watching the ducklings because they're so cute. They're so cute and they stay little for such a short period of time. I need to clean that water out. Actually, I better do that very quickly. I'll just finish going around and showing you what's going on and then I'll come back and clean their water out because I think Mum's pooped in it. The new girls are settling in nicely. They're happy little campers. Oh, I've set up a little system over there. I don't know if you can see it over there. Where I've put some welded mesh panels together in a little cage and I've put some chicken grains down there in the hope that they will sprout so that the ducks can get fresh greens without digging them out of the ground completely, because they're fairly destructive, these little ducks, and will eat it straight out of the ground. I don't know where the other duck is. I mean, she can't have gone too far. She'll be in there. Says, and I put a tap on here and discovered that the auto siphon for this is not working. I'm really glad I didn't go straight to putting the rocks in, because I'm pretty sure that this is the problem. The outlet pipe goes up. It shouldn't do that. So we're going to have to raise this bed up with a better brick would be my guess, or even just a normal brick. So if we have normal bricks in the 4 corners, that'll be enough to raise that up. So yes, so it nearly overflowed. I had to manually start the siphon. But I have got 1 shroud, so very pleased about that. Gavin just made it up quickly on the weekend using the handsaw. I'm a little concerned that it's not gone down low enough, but that's not tragic. The siphon stops before that anyway. But I have 1 shroud down, 5 to go. Baby steps, can't expect miracles. This section's going well. I chucked some rosemary cuttings in here after the big haul that I got the other day. Wow, that was yesterday. That was just yesterday. Oh my goodness. I've put a couple up there and I've got a heap of cuttings in here. So not the ideal way to sprout them, but yeah. And I got some over there and some there. So I've got rosemary cuttings all over the place. I'm going to go away from that music because otherwise I'm going to get a copyright breach on my video. I hate copyright breaches. I could turn it off, but the silly thing is the stereo, it's either got really, really loud or really, really quiet, which is quite frustrating because it's just really frustrating. There's something wrong with the CD player, but I like having the music playing around the place. At the moment it's worship music crying out for rain because we need rain. So that was the lily pilly that I already had planted, and I stuck some rosemary down behind that along with the lemongrass, which I've also done over at those ones as well. Oh, and I had the camera set up over at the goats while I was doing that. I'm really sorry about the wind. I'm hoping you can hear me. So I got this one planted with a little bit of rosemary as well as some pigeon peas. So I've put some pigeon pea seeds down all around this. So hopefully the pigeon peas will help nitrogen fix. I still need to put water in the oyas. I haven't done that yet. I had to run upstairs. I've got tomatoes out there. Oh, cool, volunteers. There's actually fruit on those fruit plants. I'll have to go back. So another lily pilly here. So that makes 3 lily pillies along here, plus some rosemary next to my oya. I need to make up some more oyas too. I've run out of oyas. So I need to go get some more clay pots. And I've got a mulberry down here along with a passion fruit and some more rosemary. Just because I've got lots of rosemary. And it's good for the goats, it's good for the animals, it's yummy. What's bad about rosemary? See, I still got one more hole, but I haven't got another oya. So I'm going to have to get myself some more clay pots. Which I'm going to get a lot more actually because I'm wanting to plant a lot more trees. I'm actually wanting to make it so that at least 30% of this paddock has got trees. My problem is making it so that the goats can't eat the trees. So even these ones here, they're actually too close to the fence. So I'm going to have to put something on the other side if I'm ever going to let the goats just in this paddock without being in the electric fence paddocks. Because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I've got 4 paddocks there that have got the electric fences. So they're really, they are fantastic. They work great. They keep the goats in. They're a little bit difficult to get the goats out normally. I need to set up little farm gates on both sides to be able to get in and out of the actual paddock, because otherwise you've got to unclip all 4 of the wires and then clip them all back up again without everyone else getting out, which, as you can imagine with my goats, they're a little eager to get out and get into whatever it is that they're wanting to get into. So yeah, it doesn't happen. It's a real pain in the neck trying to get the goats in and out of those paddocks if I'm milking them. But at the moment there's hardly any grass here anyway. Even with the bit of rain that we have had, it's not been enough to really help the paddock much. I need to go and chop out all these thistles. They're shocking. But I'm so pleased. I've been wanting to get passion fruit growing along this fence since the day we moved in over 3.5 years ago. I finally got passion fruit here. I mean, half the problem was the goats would eat it. Not that I'd actually planted it yet, but if I had planted it, the goats would eat it. Mulberries. You know how they go with passion fruit. Rosemary's really good for them from a parasite perspective. It helps to get rid of parasites. And lily pillies. Lily pillies also edible. The goats really love it, but it can also be, you can make lily-pilly jam and all that sort of stuff. So it'll take a while for these to grow up, but they'll be good. And I'm definitely thinking I'm going to plant another lot in between. So probably I might do moringas, but it depends on how they go. Actually, no, moringas don't like wet feet, and this area floods. So, and it stays underwater for about 3 or 4 days, so I don't want to plant moringas down here. The mulberries will be fantastic. Bananas will do fine. Oh, the berries, I don't know. Yeah, the mulberries will be fine. And the other advantage too is, generally from a permaculture perspective, the worst thing you can do is plant a row of trees down your driveway, because it's a surefire way of getting fire right up to your house. And the one thing we do have a problem with is if the fire did start in the tea trees over there, it would come right up here, which is also the reason why most of the plants I'm going to plant along here are going to be mulberries, because mulberry is actually a fire retardant. So I'll probably also plant some aloe veras and some succulents down here as well, which are also fire retardants. But yeah, I need to have it so that it's outside the fences. It's just going to make it a bit tricky I can't get the goats to mow the driveway anymore. Unless I put some fencing up around the trees that I've put in. But grass growing isn't really a problem we've got currently. Hopefully it will be, but I'm not holding my breath that we'll get a lot of rain this season. Hopefully we get enough, but at the moment I'm still implementing a lot of my dry growing plants and dry land strategies. So yes, got a lot more to work on yet, but at the moment we're doing the oyas and planting trees, because the trees create shade, but they don't only just create shade, they actually also encourage, when you've got fog or any other sort of precipitation like that, the trees will actually hold that moisture and will actually drop it onto the ground as well. So yes, so it doesn't matter, doesn't necessarily need to be just rain. Moisture comes from lots of different things, and just having trees around the place will actually put more moisture in your property. So yes, plus the carbon sequestration of the trees is really good. And grass is better, but trees are great. And it's all going to be fodder and feed for the animals, so that's really good. The pigeon peas are going to be a great fodder for the goats. I'm looking at getting some leucaena and growing some leucaena, because that's also really good for the goats and the cows and all that sort of thing. Not that I've got a cow yet, but I'm wanting to get one. So I've got to sort that out. Mangoes create great shade for the goats, but they're not quite what I'm after. And mulberries are a really fast growing tree, so I'm really wanting to plant a lot more mulberries along here. They also make fantastic mulberry jam. I love mulberries, although it's going to take a while before they're actually producing a lot of fruit. So, but the plan is, there is a plan. So yes, but I better get my oyas filled with water, and I've got to get my chores done. So yeah, I'll leave a link, a card up here hopefully. I've got to get on the computer to do that, so I can't do it all on my phone. I'm really sorry if you can't hear me, but the wind is really shocking. These guys down here are all doing well. I refilled the oyas. I've only refilled the oyas the once. I do have a cat that's coming and digging up, or covering the lemongrass, which is a bit of a problem, but not tragic. Still no shoots on the moringas yet, but it's early days yet, and they take a while to shoot, so you can't expect instant miracles. Anything at the garden takes time, so I'll keep you updated on that. I'll do updates in future videos. But yes, everything's going well so far. And I'm definitely glad that I've got this distance here, because it means I don't have to worry about the goats putting their heads through the fence here to get to the trees that I've planted here. Over there in the driveway I do. I couldn't plant out this far at the driveway because it would have caused problems in the driveway. But anyway, I better get going, stop rabbiting on, and get my chores done and get these oyas filled. So yes, I mean, it doesn't take that long to fill the oyas. I'll go get the hose. I'll let you watch the oyas being filled. Okay, so I got this front one should be just about pretty much full because I only filled it up yesterday. I thought it would have been fuller than that. Anyway, so I've got an IBC up there that I've collected water from the rain. And oh, see, that's what happens when it's full. So I'll just clip that off. So that's how I know when the oi is full. Very technical. Hopefully, I don't know how far my hose is going to go. So basically, all I do, oh, it's not going to go very far. I'm not going to get down to the others. I'll have to go get the watering can. So yeah, just put the funnel in and put the hose in. And wait for it to fill up. And it takes a little while. That's not too bad. I did the ones up at did those ones up there last night. See, it's a little bit more exciting than watching grass grow. Disappointed that hose won't reach. I might go and grab some other hoses and connect to it, I think, so that I can get all the way down the driveway, because I don't really want to go hauling buckets. Not that I can't, I just don't want to. Work smarter, not harder. Because the smarter I work, the more I can get done. See, now that one's full. We'll actually water just in here, just to give it a little bit extra, because I've only just planted these, and generally I would like to give it a good bucket of water after I fill it up, but didn't get that done this time. So I'll pop that there and water that lily-pilly while I go get the other hose. Anyway, that's the update for today. Any comments, questions or suggestions, leave them below. And if you've got any ideas as to what else to plant in my edible hedge. There's lots of things that I'm wanting to plant, but it's going to take time, and I need to repair this soil too, because this soil is just shocking. It is just shocking. It's compacted, it's clay, it's horrible. It's not good. It's going to take time. Ideally, I should probably put about 10 to 12 inches of wood chips over the entire property, but definitely along wherever I'm wanting to plant it, just leave it sit for 6 to 12 months and then come back, just to give it a chance to actually get some soil life, because it's just really not in a great state at the moment. And a lot of it's because we haven't had a lot of rain, but you're not going to be able to hear me because of this wind. Anyway, if you've got any comments, questions or suggestions,